MBay did make me the host, so I don't know if that means that it stays with me or if it gets disconnected after MBay's been gone for a little while. But let's just see how this goes. Welcome everyone to our founders meeting for February 12th, 2025. It's our Wednesday meeting as we always have each Wednesday at the same time. I wanted to get into a little review of what we talked about last meeting and also to go over what transpired over the last week. So let me go ahead and see if I can start recording.
Recording in progress.
Okay. All right. So welcome everyone to our February 2025 February 12th meeting. We are going to start and begin. I think that MBay might be disconnected at the time, but he made me host, so I should be able to run the meeting for a little while and see what happens. No.
Right.
Oh,
So for
there you
some
are.
reason, my internet connection is shaky. I don't know if you started the meeting already, admin.
Everybody's muted. I was getting ready to start, but you came in just in time.
Sorry about that. My network is just acting up for some hours now. I don't know what's going on, but I hope we'll be able to finish the meeting. I think your call is now.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get started, and I'll keep
All right,
keep an eye
greetings
on you.
everyone, and welcome. Like I said, my internet connection is not too good. Hopefully, we'll be able to. Right. Just go ahead.
Okay. I think that we're recording.
Right.
It says that we're recording on both sides, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right.
Okay, so muted.
Yep, I think everybody's muted, so we're good to go. All right. Again, welcome everyone for the sixth time. We're going to go ahead and get started with a little bit of review of what we went over on our last meeting. First of all, our membership count is holding steady at 8130. Over the last few days, I gave the people who were joining us in December and January a little extra time to get their accounts active so that they can receive the 5,000 for January and December. I'm going to process that as soon as the meeting is done. So if you're still not an active member and you were part of the December, January, you've got until the meeting is over with before I start processing those rewards. If your account's not active, you don't receive the rewards. That's the way that it's always been, and that's the way that you guys need to be aware of. I wanted to go over and review our SBC gold price. There has been very few purchases over the last week of SBC gold, and our price
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Okay. So our price for SBC gold is the adjusted price is just under 5 cents, where the current price is over 6 cents. So as those two prices come closer together, we're able to open up SBC gold again. There weren't very many. It only took about 300 transactions to bring that price down below the threshold. So I'm not going to focus too much on that. I want to get back to what we're doing as far as the rewards go and clear up some misunderstandings and misconceptions. So going back to our notice for the SBC wallet reset. So the reason why we're doing this is because a lot of members who joined us in December and in January were only joining to get the SBC. So they did that. They pulled they transferred the 5,000 and the other 5,000 from one wallet to another wallet, and there were several hundred of those transactions. So when we found that out, we saw that these people who were really they were just taking advantage of getting the SBC, and they weren't really building our community. Would it shock you to know that over 10,000 members participated in December? That at one point in time, if everyone had maintained their account, we would have been at 10,000 in the month of December. But people who received the reward in December did not come back in January. They dropped in January. They didn't come back in February. I mean, it's tragedy here. We were at the threshold. We had the membership, but they didn't stay active, and that is definitely a requirement of where we need to go. So I know that there's 10,000 members out there. I know that there's plenty of members that are out there. They're probably just waiting to see if we hit our 10,000, but we didn't hit our 10,000 because none of those members that came in December and January stayed active. So we really, really need to encourage those members that came in for that 5,000 and 10,000 total SBC to get their butts back in gear, and let's get them back on the program. I am going to make an announcement for a small change to the reward schedule that will be beneficial. I'll do that towards the end, and then I'll write a blog about it. But we did go in and we reset all of the transactions. So if any transactions that somebody was pooling, and we're not looking at everybody as everybody was a bad guy. Everybody that made a transfer in SBC was a bad guy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there was so much abuse of the system that we had to reset it. So from January 1st of 2024, when we opened the SBC wallet, I have a record of every transaction that was ever sent from the admin to you. And that is in a table called pending transfers. So when I queue up your rewards, they go into this table, and then the system processes those out of that table. So that is the purest, rawest form of where your rewards come from. And you can find that on your dashboard underneath the rewards. That's just going to take forever to load. Why are we doing that? Okay, so if you go to rewards and then you go to reward history, these are the transactions that the admin sent to you. This is the history of those transactions, and this matches your wallet perfectly. We went through and we made sure that all of the rewards that you would receive matched the rewards that you were originally sent. So there's a lot of members that are coming in saying, "Oh, well, I had more before." Okay, well, you weren't supposed to have more. This is what you're supposed to have. This is what you do have, and that's what you need to understand. And unfortunately, I don't have any other better way to say this, but you just need to accept it. There was an error in September, and there could have been other errors in the system over the last year, where some of our members might have received way more rewards than they were supposed to, and not a single one of those members spoke up to say, "Hey, I got too much." They didn't speak up, and that's okay because we were able to fix it. And this was always going to be, and you can ask some of the Privy Council members. This was always going to be the case, that there was going to be an audit done to the rewards. There was always going to be like a correction done to them. We had to do it because we saw a massive amount of abuse in the system here for December and January. We did it earlier than we expected to do it, but we did do it, and I assure you, your rewards are correct right now. If you have any need to continue to want to receive more rewards, we have plenty of opportunity for you. You don't just need to receive 1,000. There's plenty of opportunity that you can get in receiving rewards, and that's in our schedule. So for every new member you bring, you get 1,000. For every new member that joins, they get 1,000. For every returning member, you get 1,000 for 2 months if they've been returned for 2 months. So there are opportunities for you to receive a significant amount of rewards um, on a monthly basis. This does not, the 5,000 reward was nothing. You could have recruited 10 new members underneath you and got 10,000 SBC for that. So, your mileage may vary, as I said. How much effort you put in is how many rewards you can receive. We give you 1,000 just straight out the gate just for being active, but there's more that you can do to receive more rewards. And if you're really wanting to receive those SBC rewards so that you have a deep pool to utilize when the fund hits, this is the way to do it. And it always has been the way to do it. It's always been up there for you. So the minor change that I'm going to make to the SBC rewards for February is I'm going to double the new member reward. I'm going to double it to 2,000 per new member and 2,000 for returning members. So that's 2,000 that you're going to receive as a sponsor and 2,000 that they're going to receive as the new member. And same goes for old members. But the key to the old members is that they need to be a member that is returning to the community, and they need to be an old member that's returning to the community, and they need to be active for 2 months to receive those rewards. And also just keep in mind, again, I'll say this one more time and hope that it sticks. When I process rewards, I check to see if you're active at the very time that I process those rewards. Because if you're not active, the system won't send you it won't send you the SBC anyway. You have to be an active member to resend or receive SBC. So as the admin, I'm the active member that's sending, but if you're not an active member receiving, then it doesn't send it to you. And that doesn't get recorded in our system. So stay active. That's the way to make sure that you don't miss any rewards, and the way to make sure that everything that's coming towards you for as far as rewards gets to you successfully. So I'm going to make that minor change for the February rewards, and I'm still going to give those members up until the end of this month, those members who joined in February, or excuse me, who joined in December or in January, I'm going to give them the opportunity to get active in the month of February. And then on February 28th, they will receive the 5,000, the 10,000 total rewards for January and December if they were active in all three of those months. And the only thing that I ask of these members is that they stay active. You can come to me directly, and you can do SBC 10, and you can pay for multiple months in a row. I've got members that have come to me and said, "Can I pay $60 for 6 months?" And I'm like, "Yes." If it's a matter of retaining that member for the next 6 months, yes, we'll do that. So if you're looking to do SBC 10 for new or returning members or whatever, if the system doesn't allow you to do it, just come to me in Telegram and I can do that for you. So here's last week we took a vote, and the vote was, what should we do with members who are inactive for 90 days? Should we take their coins away, or should we reset or should we let them, reclaim their coins? So overall, there was let's see if we can get what I found in this poll is that our Telegram group grew by 100 members, which was interesting. I think that it was a rallying call. We've got a lot of members that have been sleeping that have come into the Telegram group and are now being made aware. There's a lot of questions that are being asked, a lot of reach out for help, and I'm glad that our community is stepping up to help those new additions to our Telegram group. But there was a total of 361 votes, and 65% of them supported action on expired accounts, while 35 advocated for compassion towards those who are struggling. However, that's only 17% of the Telegram group that participated, and it's only 4% of the total active SBC community. So that poll was just a poll. It wasn't decision making. Nobody won, nobody lost. It's not a clear victory for either side. But what is clear is that this is a discussion that is going to happen down the road. And I think that once we reach our 10,000 members and we start on the path, each and every one of our members is going to be dedicated and encouraged to participate weekly and monthly until our legal structure is completed and the fund opens. So that educational process, I get a lot of people that are saying, can't we start at 9,000 or can't we start at 8,000? The answer is no. We have to have the membership to start the education process. Once we've reached that goal of 10,000, then the switch gets flipped. That is when SBC starts to become an educational website. That's when our legal structure starts. And in 3 to 6 months, we're going to have access to that fund. Now, is it going to be 3 months or is it going to be 6 months? I can't tell you. It really depends on how the legal structure falls into place. You need to prepare for at least 6 months, but it shouldn't be anything longer than 6 months. But we're dragging our heels getting to 10,000. We had the membership in December and we had the membership in January. We just didn't keep it. And it wasn't active long enough. The cycle wasn't long enough for us to be able to retain these members. So I really hope that, knowing that we had the 10,000 in December and we have it in January, and we can regain it again here in February, is an inspiration to all of us. So I hope that we can get to our 10,000 by the end of this month. I will again update the February rewards and make that last call for the 5,000 10,000 rewards. So last thing I want to go over is the rewards update, final balances. So all of this stuff is 100% accurate. And I know that members are coming to me and saying that I had more, or it's possible that somebody sent you something in the past, but SBC was never meant to be sent or pooled or whatever. So we've turned off the send buttons. There's no need to use the send button. When you have access to the private fund, you will not require a send button. You're not going to send anything out of your SBC account. It's going to be deducted automatically through the third-party applications and the banking app that's going to be available. So none of that is going to be. You're not going to be required to send any SBC internally through the system. Now, if SBC turns into sort of an internal economy with the membership and growth, then we'll reconsider that at that time. But that's just not the case right now. The rewards that you received are yours. They aren't for you to give to somebody else. They aren't for you to pool. They are your rewards. They're your rewards for being an active member in this community, and you continue to receive those rewards as long as you're active. So hopefully that clears up what had happened in there. And again, there were some incidents in September that looked like duplication of rewards were sent out, and that was corrected. And again, up on your rewards, you can go to reward history, and this will tell you all of the rewards that you have received, if it will load. There we go. So this tells you your recipient address, the amount, and what the reward was for. So in here, there's the SBC rewards transfer for January 2024. And then we can go down here and see that I got my rewards for 2025 in January. Another misconception a lot of people don't remember is that SBC rewards are issued monthly. They're issued on the first or the second of each month. So you don't receive February rewards until the first or second. So it's important that if you paid on the first, that you remain active on the first, because once the second comes along, if your account's not active, then you won't receive those rewards because the system can't send them to you. So it's important to remember that. Stay active. Don't let your account expire. You don't really have to wait to make an active payment. Your system You can make payments in advance if you want. All you have to do is do them one at a time. So if you want to pay for 6 months, you can go into your SBCBO, you can pay for this month, then come back in after the payment is processed and pay again, and then again, and then again, and that'll push your expiration date out for as many months as you've made a payment. So if you guys want to do advance payments, that's the way to do it. If you want to do SBC 10 advance payments, you can do that through my assistance. And I can also help with other currency as well, like Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB. It doesn't have to be USD if you're working with me directly, but it has to be something that I can work with a popular or cryptocurrency. So I don't have really much more to say other than what I already have. I just want to go back to our February rewards and let you know what we're going to do with those. As I said, so I'm going to revise this. And this will carry into March as well. So your membership reward is going to stay 1,000, but your new member reward is going to be 2,000. And that's 2,000 for you and 2,000 for the new member. And the same is going to happen with returning members. If you expire before January 1st, 2024, and then you come back to the community, then you earn 2,000 SBC as a reward. After 2 months of active membership, I'm going to double that to 4. And also the sponsor receives that as well. So in total, for being a return member after 2 months, you're going to receive 5,000 SBC. Actually 6. So you get 1,000 for the first month, and you get 1,000 for the second month, and 2,000 for your for the or 4,000 total for the 2 months. So I know it's a little bit confusing. I'm probably confusing it more than it really should be, but just keeping that account active is the way to make sure that you're going to receive those rewards. Back to our abandonment policy. Now, the abandonment policy is the part number 4 where SBC rewards are zeroed out and cannot be recovered. I'm going to pull that one out of there for right now. But merge to pool accounts, I'm actually going to pull out 4 and number 5 out of here because we've already applied those, and they're no longer that no longer applies to you guys. But if you have SBC Gold or your custodial wallet is placed in cold storage, that just goes that your wallet will get reassigned to someone else, and if you rejoin the community, you can get your SBC that you purchased back. So I guess with that, I want to kind of wrap it up. I know this is kind of a short and fast meeting, but there's not really a lot that I can say. And we've lost 2 members just in the course of this meeting. So it's important to remember that it at the date and time of your payment, that's when your account is going to expire. So if you expire at noon on Tuesday, well, at noon on Tuesday, that's when your account's going to drop off of this number. So let's work on rebuilding our community. We know that the members are out there, so let's spread the word back out to the members who eagerly joined us in December and January to get the 10,000 SBC to come back and get it then. We also do the if you have remedy funds, which are TBC that needs to be adjusted to SBC, or if you had stuck funds, all of those things are still getting taken care of. That's the last transactions that I process, and there were about 50 rejoining members that were able to recover TBC from the previous system. So again, we have all those records, and if you are an old member and you want to rejoin, if you had any TBC at any point in time, you'll get that at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, right around there. So I guess with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up, Mbe.
Okay,
Okay, everyone. I apologize. It looks like we lost Mbe again. We're going to go ahead and end the session. If we get a recording of this, then that'll be good. If we don't, then I will try and record a recap of this meeting and post it. So looks like Mbe's come back in.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
So if the recording doesn't work out, I'll just record. I'll record an offline session. Just let me know how it
Right.
goes.
Okay. So I think I will just give a take-home message, and that is it.
Yeah. So our take home message is let's just keep pushing. Let's keep trucking to 10,000.
All right. So everyone, can we all unmute?
Yeah, let's pushing.
Pushing to 10,000.